What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Look, no supposed to say, okay, it said, I investigated a city where it's illegal to be homeless. And to be told, though, almost every city in America is they got it to where it's illegal to be homeless, bro. And that shit fucked up, though, because it's like, you really ain't got no help like that for real, to try to find, like, places to live when you do become homeless. America is like, F you. And it's like hard to find a job too as well when you're homeless. Cause I first hand seen the job that I used to work at. This homeless man was trying to get my application and shit. And man, I seen my manager throw it away. I said, why you throw that my application away? He trying to get out the street, trying to stop being homeless. I don't nobody in my job stinking up the job. I'm like, bro, this is fast food, bro. It's already stinking here. But I felt so bad for him. For it's just like it wasn't nothing I can do. But I told her she was wrong though, cause he trying to stop
This
being.
is Grants Pass, Oregon,
Oh shit.
the city where it's illegal to be homeless. Oh, you got trespassed from the park.
People get fined for everything out here.
I've gotten like 30 tickets in the past year and a half, $300 a pop. They don't care.
And then I never understood that too though. Like, why is y'all giving the homeless tickets like they gonna actually be in court? Like, you feel like they finna actually pay these tickets when they are really homeless? Is crazy.
We live or we die.
If you can't pay, you can't pay.
I think they should buy bus tickets and ship them up to Salem.
I have people drive by and say, kill yourself.
They make you feel like a criminal for being homeless.
With $295 fines for anyone caught sleeping in public, and with repeat offenses punishable by 30-day park bans and up to 30 days in jail, in 2018, a group of homeless people sued the city of Grants Pass, claiming these laws criminalize them for being homeless and just trying to go to sleep. As this case has been escalated to the Supreme Court to try to answer if this camp ban is unconstitutional, what do the locals here think about all this?
What are your thoughts on the fines for the homeless people out here in Grants Pass?
They're great.
They're great?
I am so sick and tired of not being able to take my son to the freaking park anymore without finding needles and seeing people overdosing in the parks. So I would like to see all of that cleared up and gone.
Our kids can't go play at the parks anymore without finding drug paraphernalia, without being harassed by homeless people. There's so many mountains around here. There's so many other places that they could stay.
Can't offer somewhere so far in the woods that they can't get to the community resources that they need. Where exactly do you?
I mean, but I understand with like the drug use shit, like it just owns shit like they don't, you know what I'm saying? I want my kids to be around like no drug addicts and no shit like that either though, like of course. But it's just like I understand they want those like certain people off the streets and shit, like the ones that use drugs. Because you got a lot of them that is like homeless because like they can't stop using drugs and shit like that though. But I understand that part. But how the hell y'all giving them tickets just for trying to sleep and go to sleep at the parks? Or I mean, I get it if it's a place where kids be. Like say if it's like a park or something, okay, y'all need to move somewhere else that's not at this park. If y'all want to go like under the bridges or somewhere that's not where a lot of kids is, okay, cool, I understand.
Expect them to go.
Where do you think they should go?
That's exactly what I'm saying. There isn't a place for them.
But it is, there ain't nowhere for them to go.
Fines do.
It discourages them to be here.
Yeah.
I think there should be situations to house them, but there's what you'd call, I would say, professional homeless that don't want to be home, want to live in a home. They don't want to live by the rules of society, and that's fine if you want to do that, but not in my backyard.
Let's say I'm living in a tent and I got $1,000 worth of fines.
Well, you don't have the money, you don't have the money.
Okay. We in survival mode out here.
Yes, we
We're on
are.
Frontier Oregon Trail, baby.
That's right.
You think they should be allowed to sleep?
To be honest with you, you know what I think?
Talk to me.
I think they should buy bus tickets and ship them up to Salem. Help wanted all over the place.
Shit, what the fuck?
Do you think fines?
He like shipping them Salem? What? What? He want them to ship them somewhere? It's crazy.
Finding the homeless people in Grants Pass will help them become not homeless?
No, not at all. Because they ain't going to be able to pay their fine.
A lot of these people are just low income. It's, $1,500 to rent a one-bedroom apartment. How do you expect someone who's making, like, say, $900 on Social Security to rent a one-bedroom apartment?
Facts.
Do you think anyone can end up in a tent out here in Grants Pass?
Most definitely.
Month away from being homeless.
And do you think finding people in
Yeah, look what she said though. She a month away from being homeless, so shit,
a
hey.
tent is cruel and unusual?
Yeah, that's a slippery slope.
There has to be some kind of solution. I mean, pick a place where they're not in everybody's way.
Or find a localized park or a place like that we can have housing for them. Like, I've gone to Riverside Park and I caught some dude smoking out of a bong that was actually heroin.
All right. I mean, We've talked to a lot of people that live out here. Question is, what will go down at the Supreme Court? What is the precedent that will be set out here? But what do the homeless people getting these fines think about all this? With countless tents in plain sight right at the park entrance, are these people getting fined for sleeping out here? And what happens if they don't pay their fines? I met up with Brock, a vocal member of the community advocating for clean, safe, drug-free parks, and actually has a son suffering from drug addiction living on these streets. Okay, so there are plenty of tents out here. Looks like we've reached the park where shit's going down. You were gonna show me some signs.
These are just the signs that we show during our rallies that we have on the streets.
They call you the park narc?
A park narc sometimes. Effing asshole.
Okay, so Brock, you live here in Grants Pass?
Yes.
And you have
The park narc. Oh my God, the park narc, man.
Son somewhere out here in the parks?
Yes, my son is one of these campers in the park.
Okay.
Yeah. His name is Jack. Jack Spurgeon.
Okay, and how did Jack end up on the streets out here?
He fell into drugs at an early age, around 19. He's 37 now. He's rolled around. He spent 2 seasons in Portland. He just got back from spending 5 months in the Tenderloin, San Francisco. So he's been through it.
But he's not living with you?
No.
Why not?
The drugs.
Okay.
The vast majority of these people need rehab first.
Okay.
Okay, giving them a place to live, putting money in their pockets isn't going to fix anything until they fix the drug problem.
And have you offered your son, hey, would you
I
like
feel
to
him, though.
rehab or clean,
Yes.
and then he come back to dad?
Yeah, we were just talking about it yesterday. He's just not ready. Most of the people aren't. If you offer them rehab, most of them will turn it down. You know, I lay in bed every night wondering if I'm going to see my son again. I love him so much, you know. I do work him. I'm a tile contractor, so if he's able to work, I work him and put some money in his pocket. Of course, he spends it on drugs.
Sure.
It's a complex problem.
But what are the people?
That one thing I never understood though. Like I understand like people be going through shit, motherfuckers be trying to cope with like they drug problems. I mean, they be trying to cope with their problems they be having and shit. But I just never understood though. Like I wouldn't just want to sit there and just be homeless and not trying to better myself just for some drugs or just to be high. Because it's just like you don't know when your next meal gonna be. You on the streets, you cold. If it's cold outside, you cold. It's raining, you getting rained on. Like, bro, like, no. And you spending $50, $60 on drugs. Like, come on now. You stinky, you ain't got nowhere to take a bath. You ain't got nowhere to go shit.
People living out here think the solution is. So I'm curious if you've been fined for sleeping out in these parks.
Many times.
Have you been shuffled from one park to the next?
Yep, every week.
How did you end up out here?
I lost my job during COVID and been trying to play catch up ever since, which is kind of hard when you get $300 tickets every day. So,
how many summative like ticket costs do you have right now?
I've gotten like 30 tickets in the past year and a half at $300 a pop. You do the math.
Is it kind of your belief that it's become a crime to be poor out here?
No. Look at us like we're street trash, and really we're human beings. Like some of the things they come up with to write tickets for, it seems like they're making it up right as they go, you know? Today, I actually did get a ticket, exclusion of the park, which means I'm kicked out of this park for 30 days.
What will happen if you don't leave?
Then I get arrested for trespassing.
And you end up in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Has that happened before?
Yep.
Do you use drugs out here?
No.
No? So Brock, that seems like
He like, no.
Pretty situation.
I believe it though.
right?
I believe it though.
What are
Cause
your
most of them
thoughts
folks
on
is
that?
like, yeah, they
She's
use.
sober. She's not using. Do you think that's a solution to her circumstance?
No, I mean, it's not sustainable. I mean, where are they going to get money to pay these fines?
I agree. It doesn't make sense to me. And this game of musical chairs, as these people move their tent from one park to the next, as they collect tickets they'll never be able to pay off, is surprisingly quite common. Okay, let's see what we got.
The same one I got before.
Okay, that's pretty official looking.
I've been fined for illegal camping, I guess they call it.
You get fines if our tent's too big. Mine's apparently too big.
$100.
You get what? You get a fine for a tent being too big. What? What? Hey, that's crazy though. For your tent being too big, you getting fined for that. What? Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though. If I would have had a car though, I probably would just sleep in the car instead of trying to sleep in the tent. Like, I'd rather sleep in the car. Shit, it might not be the most comfortable feeling though, but shit, let that seat all the way back, lay down, shit, go to sleep, shit.
$100.
Okay, $100
Like that,
for Schedule 2 controlled substance. Just setting up a tent out here, you got a fee for how much?
Like $250.
Did you pay that fee?
No, I have not yet.
How many times have you been fined?
I've probably got about 20, 25 tickets in the last 6 months, something like that.
$1,000 worth?
Oh, yeah, over that. Art Hoff had a month there where he kicked me out of 8 parks in 7 days.
8 parks in 7 days.
Yep.
That means you're banned from one park, you gotta go to the next.
Yep.
How would you plan on paying that fee, if at all?
I have no idea. I'd have to like ask for some help or payment plans.
But I just feel like too though, if y'all got a car and y'all homeless and shit though, if you got a car, like, bro, I'll probably try to be at some of these jobs every day, just filling out applications, cause shit, you ain't got shit else to do. Shit, look, we trying to find me a job, just be cool. Shit, just sleep out the car. Shit, then once you get your first little paycheck, start living out a little hotel or something. Even if them hotel or extended stay or something, them shit's high, but that's a little better though. But I mean, or just keeps living at the car till what, you know what I'm saying?
Using out here right now?
A low level, like not large.
Fentanyl?
A little bit, not much.
Do most people use out here, or is it kind of mixed?
It's mixed. Yeah.
I'm sure you know this, but fentanyl's pretty deadly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It is.
That doesn't concern you?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you carry Narcan?
I do. Yeah, I mean, it was concerning, really, really concerning for a while, and then I started not overdosing. I don't know why. I don't know if that's tolerance or.
How many times have you died?
I don't know. I guess 8 or 9.
8 or
maybe.
9.
That doesn't scare you at all?
Crazy.
It just, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was scaring me, but
Shelters out here you could go to sleep in?
there's the mission. Like, I don't, buy into that. Like,
Not a big
not
fan?
buy into, but
It's like the Christian stuff and that sort of thing. You're not.
I do believe in Jesus. Like, I love the Lord. Like, but I just didn't like the way it felt. Like certain treatment towards me that I don't like. It doesn't relate with me.
I'm not religious. Going to a Christian-based place is just not my forte.
What is something you'd like people in Grants Pass to know about your situation, everyone out here?
Some of these people have jobs. Some of these people aren't even on drugs. People
Oh, some of them do got some
drug
jobs?
addicts and
Okay, that's
just
good though.
homeless
Some of them
bums,
got jobs.
Some of them aren't.
Have you been offered treatment, and do you even use anything?
I do.
What do you use?
Fentanyl.
Have you overdosed at all?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Too many to count.
Yeah. Does that scare you?
You would think it would, but it's more of a peaceful thing.
When you overdose?
Yeah. I think it's just more of the fact that people, not necessarily lazy, I just think they don't think there's any hope. There's no hope. Everybody's lost like motivation to do anything.
Did you start with fentanyl, or did you kind of work your way up?
I started with heroin. When I was
Damn.
13. My dad shot me up with heroin when I was 13. And then I've been an opiate addict ever since.
Damn, at 13 he started. He said he starting off with heroin.
Like I want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Tell him to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
I'd be very.
What we pulled off the ball field last weekend
Whoa.
at Morrison. This is
Really
what
bad.
kids you're going to find in the park. And they don't mean to all the time. I mean, when you get high, you don't realize what you're dropping, and they don't even realize the problems they're causing.
I'm always afraid he's going to pick up. Just a tad bit could make him overdose.
You were saying like, hey, I kind of agree these needles are on the kids' field, but where do we put them right if they're locked up?
Well, there are disposable units in the bathrooms,
Okay.
but they lock the bathrooms up. Some of the homeless are trying, they're very, very childish, and they do stupid things in retaliation.
What are we seeing? Just like spiteful needle tosses? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. It's carelessness. There's probably 15% of the people out here that aren't responsible, but they're just, it looks like all of us.
It seemed like the irresponsible drug users in the homeless population, leaving drug needles and foil in the parks, have caused the locals here to be fed up with the entire homeless population. But the question is, how many of these people want to get out of this situation, and what's the biggest thing holding them back?
It's like they don't want us to be here at all. They don't want to help us get up. You can't get a job if you don't have an address. You can't.
And it is kind of true though. Like if you ain't got an address, bro, like them folks don't want to give you no job for real.
Shower every day. If you don't have a job, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you can't get a place. If you don't have a place, you can't get a job. People get fined for everything out here. You have trash around your tent. You have.
Would this be considered trash, like this Pepsi right here?
Yeah.
If the cop was pissed off, let's
Yeah.
say?
And I'm drinking it.
Okay.
Your tent's too big. I don't know why they come up with all these rules and regulations just to make it more difficult.
Okay.
I mean, and honestly, they spend more money on making it difficult for people than they would helping people.
Clearly, a $300 fine is not helping these people get out of homelessness, but
Hey.
it might help push these people to move out of Grants Pass and go be
Shit, barely that shit. Shit.
homeless in cities like Portland and San Francisco that are more friendly and accepting of tent towns and open-air drug use. But confused why the homeless here continue to live in a city that clearly does not like them, Brock took me to another park down the street where a major tragedy took place that permanently changed the city's relationship with the homeless population.
All right, Matt, thank you. In our top story tonight, Grants Pass residents are demanding action from the city after a man was killed last night during a shooting at Riverside Park.
So this is the heart and soul of Grants Pass, this park.
This park right there.
This whole park.
This whole park.
Yes.
And there's a bit of a division, right? So behind us, we have the tent set up right here. And then over here, families, kids, chilling, no tents at all. And why did they decide to split it in half and say, all right, you can have this half?
It was because of the shooting. And enough people showed up at the city hall meeting to demand some sort of change.
Look,
but all they did was took the tents out. They didn't take the drug use out.
All right,
Okay.
Emphasize when we come in here, there's no needles, no foil, but they took out the doors on every stall. So if you're gonna take a dump out here, you're doing it raw.
Hey, that fucked up. Those folks said, look, yeah, you taking a dump. Hey, you fucked up out here.
You got zero privacy. That's kind of funny. And this is new right here?
Fairly new. They put them up a while ago.
This is for the needles.
Yes. It's weird that you would have to have those at a park, huh?
It's unfortunate.
A children's park, right here.
So I guess the question is, do you think finding homeless people sleeping on public land is cruel and unusual? Because that's what it's been escalated to the Supreme Court. So
Like money?
money, if we
We
catch
don't
you with a
have
tent,
any.
$300.
From where?
It's a fair question.
But basically, this park's really clean.
I haven't noticed anything on this side at all.
Right?
Do you think we'll see any of that on that side?
Maybe. 'Cause
Maybe.
there's people living there.
Question for y'all. We're trying to talk to people about that sign that's basically, finding people who are homeless out
Maybe.
there camping.
Got fined for my tent being too big and for stakes.
I don't understand it, bro. How you get fined from your tent being too big? What you gotta have a small ass tent? Damn.
Being in the ground, and I never even got a warning first.
Well, somebody get 'em a big tent.
So what
That's
they
all
do
they
is
got to
they
offer.
send it like to collections or whatever, and like, how do we make court? I'm out here just trying to feed myself.
My question is, if you're homeless, down on your luck, trying to get back on your feet, where else do you sleep?
Exactly, that's the problem.
Do you think this city is treating homeless people like trash?
Absolutely. I've never been
Man, I'm supposed to going so the
bad. We don't
goddamn
care if
ham.
we live or we die. Because it's just another way to entrap us and enslave us in the debt system.
Every 3 days you gotta move. No stability to get employment or anything good out of this.
I have people drive by and say, kill yourself.
I'm only 17, so
Okay.
like from my point of view, I'm like, okay, adults are going through whatever they're going through, but then there's also like us kids that are living with our parents that are going through all these things, and we know that our parents are going through things, and like the police don't want to like get that. They don't want to understand that adults do have like stresses. It's hard to live out here and pay for an apartment with 2 kids and God knows how many ever animals you have. At this point, it's if you don't want to stay in your parks, then I guess y'all need to like do something about it. Like make a fucking big building for a fucking shelter for everybody. Like,
Hello, I just spoke to your daughter.
I think it's bullshit.
Talk to me.
It's like, well, I can understand like people at like Morrison and like the parks that like the kids go to
Sure.
and Fruitdale, it's out by the school. Like I can understand that. But like over here, it's like, what the point? You're not doing nothing with this over here. As long as everybody would keep their cleaned up and everything, like I don't think it should be a problem.
Sure.
I'm a mom, single mom with 2 kids. Like shit, dude, it sucks being out here, yeah.
Ugh.
But it's like, fuck, man, like what are you supposed to do? Like I'm not a druggie. And we ended up here because my ex lost his job and everything. And so we ran a business in Indiana and Illinois. It's like, I don't live like this. I've lived in 4 or 5 bedroom houses most of my life. So,
4 or 5 bedroom houses most of your life? Damn.
it's like to have my kids out here, they're spoiled, rotten turds. And people are like, well, you're not homeless. Well, no, because we don't dress that way and we don't carry ourselves that way. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you have to carry yourself like a piece of shit.
$300, you could like rent a place to camp, Sure.
Yeah, but you know what? The homeless make themselves look bad because look at this. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
like needle caps and homeless people make themselves look bad.
It seemed like there was a cultural divide within the homeless camps of people genuinely trying to get out of this situation and reintegrate back into working society, and others content with using drugs and living.
But you do got some of them, like, they say they prefer to be homeless, though. Because, look, they ain't got no bills. They ain't got nothing that they have to really worry about. And like shit, they love that shit. They love being on this shit. They bill free.
Living free of responsibility on the
See?
streets.
Question for you. I see you're moving your stuff. Did they recently sweep your tent?
They moved because my tent was 1 foot bigger than it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's my whole life here. I'm moving around.
1 foot bigger is
Losing stuff,
crazy
stuff, people getting
work
stuff,
though.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. And I'm actually out here.
That's
working,
crazy
just
work.
have a job and,
Oh, you got trespassed from the park.
yeah.
Do you think the city hates homeless people?
Crazy.
I still don't think they hate people. They just misunderstand.
I'm gonna be real. This is fucked up. It's pretty brutal, dude.
If you're constantly in this cycle, spending 10 hours a day, resetting the day, what time do you have to spend figuring this out? With Brock's strong push for clean, drug-free parks, hosting rallies every week to
Well, I just feel like they should just build like some open land for like the homeless to go sleep on, or like they can have like 2 big ass open areas for the homeless strictly. You get what I'm saying? Like say for instance, they can like have like some land that's like about the size of 3 football fields or something. Just have where homeless people can go.
to gain more local
some.
support and to raise awareness for the cause. I was both saddened and surprised when we found this in the park.
Jack, that's my son right there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is unplanned.
Yeah, it's unplanned. I kind of had a figure he was here.
Hey, my name's Tyler.
Tyler.
Good to meet you.
Sorry.
No, you're good. How you doing, man? Your dad showed me around the parks out here.
What do you think?
Nice parks. How long you been in this tent setup?
I mean, a few days. We get moved around a lot, so.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about you today. Is there a world you move in with Pops one of these days?
Probably not.
What's keeping you out here?
Mostly addictions and disabilities.
What are you using out here?
Everything.
Yeah.
It might like
But,
everything.
I'd say fentanyl is probably the #1.
Pops, what are you thinking?
It tears me apart.
Yeah.
He knows if he wants to get clean, though, my door is open. If he puts in the work, it still hurts. You know, you come out here and I don't want him here.
Yeah.
I want him safe and in a house.
Yeah.
You know, he's smart and capable, but drugs keep him down.
I don't understand it though, bro. Okay, you got a father. Okay, you have a father that's allowing you to come back to his house. But I guess I understand that like he's an older guy and he like, man, like I don't want to be living with my father. I get it. That's why I kind of feel like where he's coming from. Hold on, I'm recording video. Hold on. But yeah, get back in there. But like I understand, like it's just like okay, he older. And he don't want to be still live with his parents or whatever. He feel like he want to be able to do what he want to do. But if I was like had a drug usage problem or whatever, I feel like if my parents was allowed me to come back and live with them as long as I get clean, I just get clean, bro. Cause like drugs is not that important. It's just like, bro, okay, he let me come back. I just heard him go give me a job, just work. If he can make sure he help me get to work, do this, do that, make sure I get my life straight, I'd be perfectly cool with that. But just letting these drugs fuck you up and just living out here, I don't know, bro.
I hear you. And he's just not ready to really try to get off drugs.
What are your thoughts when you see Pops tear up a little bit over here?
No comment.
No comment. Did it hurt you to see him hurt as well a little bit? Or are you kind of just doing your own thing?
I'm just
There's
doing my
so
own
much
thing.
drama in my life. I try to just think of the positive stuff.
Fair. I feel you, man. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, bro. I've heard a lot of good things about you. I hope you stay safe.
Well, this hurts, but you'll call me later tonight or something. We'll work out getting you to work tomorrow, and I'll put a little money in his pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys have a moment, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right. I know that was hard emotionally, I'm sure, but that interaction, I think, will hit home with a lot of people, right? That is your son.
Oh, yeah.
That could be your son.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when he disappeared into the Tenderloin for 5 months, I thought I'd never see him again. And he's disappeared for so many times. He'll be gone for 4 or 5 months. I wish he would want to be better.
With Brock's son Jack having a house to move into when he's ready, yet still refusing to leave the streets due to his drug addictions, it's clear the root cause of these people living on the streets is not always affordable housing or poverty, and for some, the drug use becomes a debilitating health crisis and lifestyles shackling them to the streets. But for the people out here who want to get out of the streets, unlike Jack right now, where can they even go? I headed to the Gospel Rescue Mission, one of the only homeless shelters in Grants Pass that's often criticized for having strict rules and for mandatory church attendance. While this is one of the only shelters in town largely funded by Christian donors, can anyone that's homeless come live here? And why is it so hated amongst homeless advocates and people currently living on the streets? I'm here with
Brian Botiller, Director of the Gospel Rescue Mission in Grants Pass. So for 41 years, we have been working to help people leave homelessness. Really, our program is really gunning for the guy that says, I want to leave homelessness behind, and with some effort, I can do it. And maybe for some of them it takes 2, 3, or 4 times. You know, I have a gal that just graduated. She's graduating this week with a sustainable income and a home, who was exactly like some of the people in your other videos, you know, when you're looking at the issues of addiction and stuff like that. But we always believe that people are capable of changing. Everybody that, you know, stays here kind of helps contribute to their stay in one way or another.
Including a strict set of rules and responsibilities that everyone had to perform in this organization's mission to reintegrate people into a job setting after they leave the shelter. But they offer some nice amenities, including a gym, laundry machines, and a dining room that they help operate and maintain.
We don't think of them as rules. We just think of them as...
And this is one of the and this is like, hey, listen, if you want to be a part of this,
yep,
you got to lock in.
It's a place where all these guys get Jesus jammed down their throats, right? It's
But like Jesus jammed down their throat is crazy.
But that is the narrative to some folks.
Yes.
I get it though, like they don't want to be forced a religion on them. I just feel like if they was the one to participate in this thing that they got going on, like why is y'all trying to force it on them? Like I feel like if they want to do it, okay, cool, but just shoving it down them, like no, come on.
Guess what? It's all church people that are paying your way here, man. They're you know, I'm not asking them to.
But I mean, it's cool that it's church people paying your way, but I feel like if they want to be into like these classes of Bible study or whatever they got going on, like it should be optional.
To, you know, again, get dunked underwater or anything like that.
So no forced baptism.
Yeah, no forced baptism. But what they get is about a half hour to 40-minute Bible study in the morning, half hour to 40-minute Bible study in the evening. They can still make their own decision. I have plenty.
But I mean, y'all still forcing Bible study on them though.
Of people who enter here agnostic and leave here agnostic.
Sure. And as I saw this guy down the hall, I wanted to hear his honest review of living here.
So when did you come in here?
About 8 days ago.
Okay, this is fresh, right?
I enjoy it here. I enjoy all the guys here.
Brother, you don't have to say that just because I'm here, okay?
So cover yours. Let me ask him. Yeah. So 8 days ago you came in here. Where'd you come from?
The street.
Okay.
I was thrown out of my house, and I'm doing wonderful. Okay. I can't believe it. How good I'm doing. How nice the people are here, and I enjoy it. I used to be on drugs. Since I've been here, I don't need them.
So you've been sober last 8 days or a little bit more?
8 or 9 days.
So you've just been raw dogging the sobriety?
Yeah.
You're actively sort of, I don't know.
I get along with the staff. Yeah. I get along with the inmates here.
The inmates.
Inmates, I'm sorry.
While this place might be a godsend,
he like the inmates.
For those willing to comply with the rules and responsibilities it comes with, the most surprising aspect of this tour might just be these vacant beds.
So you can see everything with no bedding in here is vacant space.
So if we were to walk to the park right now, let's say you and I, say, hey, we got 20 vacant beds. If you guys are willing to follow the rules and regulations, you guys would take them in today? What is the likelihood any of them would take you up on that offer?
I would argue 99% chance that they're going to say no.
And what is the biggest reason they have for saying no? Because the bed's here, right? They don't have to be out in the wilderness.
The first thing they'll tell you is that there's rules. Okay, they've taught to think of those things as barriers. It's been repeated ad nauseum to them about how bad these things are.
But I mean, anywhere you do, anything you do in life, you have rules. Like just like you living on the streets, you got rules. But I mean, I understand you got like a little bit more freedom. I mean, you still got your freedom here. You can still go do whatever you want, like living here. It's just like when you under their roof, you got rules. But it's just like anyway, if you go live with somebody, you got their own rules. Just like somebody come live with you. Man, you gonna have rules for like people like this being in your house. But I feel like if I was them, if I ain't had like no money, like no shit, I'd do this shit. Like as long as they can help me find jobs, they can help me get to work and put me in a better situation. I'd rather do this instead of living on the street, bro. Cause I wouldn't want to be living in an environment where I'm outside 24/7, bro. Like just imagine being outside, you hot, you cold, police harassing you, you just racking up tickets. You racking up so many tickets that by the time you do get on your feet, if you ever get on your feet, man, you gonna have so many bills and shit you gotta pay. You won't even be able to get your driving license, none of that.
I come in and I fully do basically whatever you tell me to do, and I withstand the rules and regulations of the program. I will leave, get a job, end up in a house, back on my feet. So 33% of your people have succeeded in that capacity.
Not only that, after 30 days in this room, they will have been sober for 30 days, which means that they can pass a UA for a job now.
Oh, shoot. While there are empty beds available for people that are willing to partake in the programs and comply with the rules here, once these beds fill up, where else will the remaining homeless go? While being upset with the drug needles and foil left behind is completely understandable, the concept of fining someone for trying to survive in a tent outside seems downright evil. And if the town's goal is really to just keep these homeless people out of sight, it seems like fining them will only keep them poor, on the streets, and at the parks their kids play at.
Oh, I ain't gonna check on it. But yeah, though, I don't know though. Like I said, you got some homeless people that just want to stay homeless, and they really don't get no fuck. They just want to stay homeless and do what they want to do. But hey, can't blame them. It's just what they want to do. I just say for the people that don't want to help themselves, hey, let them be. But I mean, I can understand why they don't want to go to the program. But the ones that said they don't want to go to the program, is always just about the Christianity shit. But like I said, though, I feel like the program wrong if they forcing them to do Bible study. But I don't know. They fucked up for doing it because like not everybody want to be Christian or not everybody really just believe in it. But other than that, I feel like the program a good option. That's the only thing nigga them folks really was saying though. So I don't know though. But I wish the best for all them folks, man.